time to get geeked up.
This is only one thing, and you thought we were arguing now. Wait till you hear our review section of this movie.
Uh-oh.
I will let... Actually, I'll go first. Liam's been going first a lot. You know that I've been usually trying to sync it up, but been taking the page out of Liam's book and having a 4-point system, much like him. This one, though, I didn't know any of these Polish actors' sound bites, so I did the closest thing, close enough to a Polish person. I picked an Austrian, and I'm using old Arnold again for
that's close enough. I mean,
my sound system here. So just a quick reminder.
You would have fooled me.
If I totally hated this movie, if I thought it was the worst thing I've ever seen, it's just a montage of Arnold Schwarzenegger screaming. If I didn't like it, but it wasn't the worst thing I saw, I'm like, hey, at least it's not a tumor, all right?
It's not a tumor.
That's probably the most accurate rating that a movie could be given, I'd say.
If I liked the movie and enjoyed it, you know what? I'm not walking away from anywhere. Much like Arnold says in The Predator, I'm going to stick around.
Stick around.
Yeah! Stick around.
And if I absolutely love this movie, I'm going to watch it 1,000,000 times. That's right. Like Arnold says, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
The
So
epic
one,
Arnold quote for an epic.
I struggled with this one a little bit because I did like this movie. I thought, like we were talking, it was very topical. I thought it was like the guy definitely plays a good creep. On the other hand, dude, I felt like I was watching a 2-hour and 16-minute episode of Black Mirror. Like I've seen this play out before, the dangers of the internet and the fucking bots and the guy multi-computering the thing.
Yeah.
So I was really going back and forth with it. It's not a tumor and stick around. I think in the end, though, I'm going to say, as being a foreign film where I didn't know anything about it, and it was a little long, like I said, but in the end, I really did enjoy this movie, so I'm going to give it a Arnold from the Predators, stick around.
Yeah! Stick around.
Just because, really, again, it was a creepy enough and fun enough story to watch this guy just kind of weasel his way and every little diabolical plan play off. And then really, I guess the ending of just like so how horrific it was just really creepy and scary.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like in the corner that, and I did like the ending too, how this little creep kind of got away with it all. And like,
so ultimately, Steakin', you're going to stick around?
I'm going to stick around. I did like it. I would definitely probably recommend it to somebody to watch, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah! Stick around.
But I was very close. It was like 51-49.
Okay, right on the cusp there. For me, I guess I'll give you my rating, and then we'll get back into our thoughts. But for me, I've got the same system as Devin, however, different quotes. Where mine, if I absolutely hated it, I give it the Nick Cage from Mandy horror screams. If I didn't like it, mine not the tumor. It's is the David Alan Grier, Damon Wayans. Hated it. Which is a little more aggressive than the Not a Tumor, which I always struggle with that one, because there are a lot of movies where I'd love to give it a Not a Tumor, but I'm stuck giving it a hate. I give it my Caddy hated it.
We can start swapping some of these around.
Yeah, for really, we might need to use both. But and then I guess for Devin, his for Devin stick around would be my equivalent to the Stone Cold. Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
And then, of course, the highest honor a film can be given would be the Rudy's dad.
This is the most beautiful sight piece of ice I've ever seen.
And I guess for me, I'm kind of in the same ballpark. Maybe I'm giving it a little bit more of a solid review, but I as well am giving it a Stone Cold hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
All right, although mine is a very firm and solid hell yeah. Although, like you said, kind of being on the border, you recommended somebody. This is one that I don't even know if I'd necessarily recommend, and if I do, I'm definitely giving you the warning that it's like an intense, definitely too long, okay?
Sure.
Like but it's like a dark, intense, like unenjoyable, like you're gonna feel like you need a shower at the end of it, especially with the way the movie ends, you know? However, really, really enjoyed it, thought it was like super intense and interesting. It kept me like intrigued the whole time. In terms of the movie, it was like, you know, the acting was good, the storyline was good and all that, but I thought that the ending scene where it just ended with him, you know, getting away with everything like we keep on talking about, really added to the angst and everything of the movie. So that was cool. I felt that the shooting scene was super intense and like a really, really good job of that, but as well just given the whole relevancy with the not only even with the assassination in Poland, but just like getting to visualize one of those creepy businesses where all these online accounts take place. Absolutely. And just like like double agents infiltrating, like, you know, there's clan members as cops and all that shit, and it just kind of shows how these people calculatedly are manipulating their way, wolf in sheep's clothing kind of situation. And it's just like, you know, really scary that the essence of that is out there, and this movie really, like, you know, just brought a lot of it to light and visualized a lot of it, which is really good and really cool, and a great job of doing
absolutely. It really just shows you like the heart of like smear campaigns and like the cutthroatness of like politics. Because again, another big reveal is when you realize it's the actual current mayor that's like paying these guys to like, dude, fuck my opponent up, dude.
Yeah. No, that too, exactly. And you know what I mean? So it was just... But again, like, kind of in that same spirit, though, you can't Rudy's dadded by any stretch, because, like, I wouldn't in a million years, like, give this one, like, oh, dude, you gotta go back and watch I know it's in Polish, but, like, Roma, I'd be like, dude, you should watch Roma, deal with the subtitles, deal with the black and white, you're gonna love it. This one, Roma, if I find out that you're, like, a creepy sociopath, I'd be like, dude, you want a movie you'd really like? Hater. It'd be you'd love it. But so I'm not. So I can't give it that high of a regard. But in terms of making a movie, I feel they did a really solid job. You know, just like kept you. I wanted to see this. I would even watch a sequel if I felt this asshole would fucking finally get his comeuppance. You know.
Yeah. No. I don't want to see him get his comeuppance. I don't think I'd watch a sequel, but I guess, I mean, would you have gone, like, would this been one of the things you would have watched at the Tribeca Film Festival had us been allowed to actually?
Yeah, for sure. I would have just like hearing about it, because I heard about this movie, like I keep saying, in the context of all this crazy shit around it. So I mean, like, given that standpoint, like I gotta see the movie where the fucking Polish mayor gets assassinated. You know what I mean? But otherwise, it might have slipped past me. But you know. Yeah. But really, like, you know, I think we both feel like they did such a good job. You can't give it a hated it, or you can't give it a. No. You know, honestly, it's more than a tumor. This one's full on cancer. This one.
It's like I said too. Like, once I started looking at the film through the lens that it was an episode of Black Mirror, I couldn't really break myself out of it, because
that's a great call. However, isn't that like a good thing though? Like, everybody loves Black Mirror.
No, it is, but it just felt like a too long of an episode.
It was definitely too long. Like from the very beginning when I saw 216. I'll
tell you what, though,
scared,
if this movie would have been called, like, Black Mirror Presents the Hater, I might have liked it a little more. But oh, shit, like, this is crazy. Like, way better than Bandersnatch, I'll fucking tell you that.
For sure. No, but I know what you mean, though, in terms of Black Mirror kind of taking things right out of the headlines and making, like, a psychological thriller about it. That's what this is. Yeah.
Of, like, the internet, so, like...
No, for sure.
Totally had that feel, but again, dude, it was a good movie. You're right, dude. If you are a total psychopath, like, dude, one of my favorites, you gotta watch The Hater, dude. It's fucking so good. And you're as creepy as our boy Tommy.
Yeah, no, exactly. If anybody highly recommends this one to you, definitely major judgments on that person, however.
But if someone's
except for us, because we did the podcast about it. But this is one of those where I'm super happy we do this podcast, because I would have never watched it outside of doing it. Maybe hearing about the controversy I might have, but hopped all over it because of the podcast, you know.
100%.
And honestly, dude, since we've come back from quarantine, this is probably the most enjoyable one for me outside of Da 5 Bloods, of course. But, like, you know, Extraction Temptation or Old
Wrong
Guard
Missy?
or any of these ones. You know what I mean? I guess Dolomite. Definitely love
Wrong
Dolomite.
Missy?
Which one?
Wrong Missy? Come on.
Oh, Wrong Missy, of course. Yes, I mean, but you know what I mean. Like it's Bandersnatch.
No,
it was
sure.
way better than Bandersnatch. So
No, this is one of those few times where we got to watch like a good like movie. It's him like professionally done.
yeah. And for all we
Yeah,
know,
it was-
dude, this guy might have directed a Black Mirror episode or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really haven't done any research about it, so maybe next episode I'll come in hot, start the episode with everything I've learned about old Jean Defran.
Well, hopefully we get some emails, some of our Polish geeks.
Yeah, write him in English. Don't write it in Polish, please.
Ooh, baby, it's time to get geeked up.